This show is sponsored by HamiltonDomains.com, where you can get your domain starting at just $10.
All right, Andy Broadaway here with Tech Biz Geeks, and we're about ready to go into the very first drone expo at the Los Angeles Sports Arena. So let's go. All right, Andy Broadaway here with Tech Biz Geeks, and we're here at the Los Angeles Sports Arena. They're the very first, and I've repeated it a lot today, the very first drone show that we've ever seen before. And I'm here standing with
Michael Shaboon from DJI.
DJI, and you've got some really cool products. I've seen, you got your Phantom. Where did you guys start at?
Well, we started primarily just backing up about 6 years as a flight stabilization company. So we released a lot of build-your-own models, and then we released the Phantom, which has been kind of our bread and butter for so long. After we released the Phantom, you can take a look behind us. We have our more professional grade models, and those are the Spreading Wing series. You can put the GH4s, the Canon 5Ds on there, more professional. And now what we have here is our newest drone, which is the Inspire 1. And the Inspire 1, really what it does is it bridges the gap between consumer and professional products. And the great part about that is the technology that's built into a unit this small and how easy it is to use.
Well, hold that up. Let's take a look at it. By the way, I'm holding the remote control for that. Let's talk about the features on the remote control first, then we'll get over the camera.
Absolutely, and just to note, this is actually a dual-operated unit. So this right here, the one that you're holding, is the flight controller. We also have another remote that operates the gimbal independently. So you get, what you have is a camera that rotates 360 degrees. The legs lift up so you get a completely unobstructed view of whatever you're recording. And for the first time ever, it has an integrated 4K camera. Absolutely. It has an integrated 4K camera on it, and it also has integrated LightBridge. And LightBridge, if you're familiar, is our wireless transmitter. So you're able to wirelessly transmit your video in full HD directly onto your smart device or your smartphone, whatever device you're using. Before, it was another upgrade that you had to make, but now it's kind of a holistic all-in-one system. The other great part about the Inspire 1 is you can see it's got another little camera down here. And that is an optical flow camera. The optical flow camera, long story short, what it does is it allows for indoor GPS. So it takes images of the ground that it's flying above and maps the floor, and the way that the unit responds to it is it stabilizes itself based on that original image that it takes. So the technology in this thing is jam-packed. I mean,
you're talking about this could be used indoors.
Absolutely. It can be used indoors as safely as it can be used outdoors.
So no interference with metal buildings inside?
Not with the optical flow camera, because it takes away the need for satellite connection and changes it to an image mapping of the ground, almost the way sonar operates.
So I haven't seen that feature on any other drones.
This is the first time that something like this has been made, and who else would do it than DJI, the global leader?
Right, exactly. Well, I love that little plug that you threw in at the end, the global leader. So that was a little shameless plug on your end, but it's true. I love that. That's great.
When the opportunity calls for it, it's a...
Since you're the PR guy, you got to drop those little shameless plugs in everywhere you can, right?
Absolutely. Shameless as we can be. But,
That's good. So what are some of the other features? What are we looking at? Flight time. So we got 4K camera, which is amazing.
It itself is actually modular, so you can pop it on and off very easily if you need to replace it or take it back. The battery is fully upgraded. We have a 6-cell battery that lasts 18 minutes. So this unit weighs 3 kilograms, slightly under. The fact that it can fly 18 minutes is unprecedented. Yeah. The Phantom weighs 3 pounds and it flies 25 minutes. So you can imagine the energy that this thing that went into this battery.
Yeah. So what about distance? How far could you go away from the remote?
Oh, well, much further than the FAA regulations stipulate right now. The LightBridge has a range of 1.3 miles, so you're able to see what it's seeing up to almost 1.5 miles away. Obviously FAA caps us at 400 feet. This thing can fly well above that. With the GPS, it physically won't fly higher than that, just as a safety precaution. So that's... Let's see what else we can talk about here.
That's awesome. So what are we looking at retail on this?
$2,800 for a single remote control and $3,300 for a dual. And I strongly recommend the dual operated system. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. But you could do both. You could do single and also do the camera and all the flying on a single operator.
You can absolutely do that. So the transformation is actually controlled through this switch here. You flick it up and it transforms up. Then another really cool thing, if you're solo operating it, there's 2 buttons on the sides here, and you're able to record video and take stills directly from the remote versus having to use the app and look away from your line of sight. So it makes it really easy for you to use the product and also safe.
So all the storage is being done on the device, not on the remote, but on the device, or the storage is there?
Slot that you have on the actual camera, and so everything is recorded directly onto the SD card.
Oh, I got you. So no interference at all. Everything is being done there. Nothing's being done here.
Exactly, and for the first time, we've actually taken out the Wi-Fi that we usually build onto our units, and everything is now radio transmitted. So you have a much smoother, crisp connection.
Less interference too?
Absolutely.
What frequency are you running on?
This is a 2.4, and then we also have 5.8 frequencies that we utilize as a company.
And you running any kind of encryption so that there wouldn't be any interference with other devices in the area, or what?
I would have to put you in touch with one of my product engineers to go into more detail on that.
It's a little bit more of an advanced question, but that's a good one to know, because I'm hearing a lot about interference with other drones in the area and stuff like that. So that's why I was asking about that.
Well, we try to operate on our own frequency so that we minimize the signal disruption that we get.
Now, is there a port on there that somebody could plug in their own, what do they call that, the navigation port that somebody could plug in something else?
Well, if you look on the back of the remote controller, not necessarily navigation because it comes with our waypoints, so it has a map integrated into the actual software. What it does have for the first time ever is an HDMI out on the back, so you can take that and you can plug it into a screen of any size and broadcast live as to whatever this thing is filming while it's in the air.
Wow, that's fantastic. Really fantastic. HD out. So would it be HD 4K out or just regular HD out?
It films in 4K and broadcasts in 1080.
That's still amazing. I mean, yeah.
The bells and whistles on this thing are incredible. I mean, you have a trigger here that adjusts the white balance. You have another one that adjusts the brightness. Everything is at your fingertips, basically, so you don't have to go through with the app and select your features. You really can just do everything in flight.
All right, so 2 last questions. One is, what have you seen as the most unusual thing that a drone has captured so far with your customers?
Oh boy, we recently had.
Oh, and by the way, let's keep it clean.
Oh well, then I have to think about that. No, we recently put out a competition. It was a Halloween competition. Dress up your drone, and there's this really funny video of a witch flying across the screen, and a witch is put onto a drone, and it's done so tastefully that I was laughing for hours about it. We have images captured of, so the gentleman that's to my left, Randy Braun, is one of our professional photographers, and he was able to sit in a kayak with the Phantom above him, not see through a screen, and capture this amazing image of a whale, of a blue whale that was 10 feet away from him, and he got the whole whale in the shot, and it was gorgeous. We also sent the Phantom to an active volcano in Iceland, and we flew over the volcano and got shots of the lava bursting up. The GoPro that was attached to the unit melted completely. The unit came back unscathed completely. Perfect.
That's interesting. Very, very cool. Very cool. One last question. Where do we find out more information about your company?
You can get all the info you need on www.dji.com. You can also get information on our SDK, which is a software development kit that we put out at dev.dji.com. And that's an open platform for you to basically customize an app interface or hardware control to your liking. And it's really reaching other industries. So we're extending outside of production, and we're going into agriculture, we're going into insurance, we're going into land surveying, firefighters are using them. So the uses for these things are, if you can think of it, it can do it.
Very cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching TechBizGeeks. You can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/TechBizGeeks. You can watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/TechBizGeeks. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TechBizGeeks. You can also subscribe to our RSS feed at techbizgeeks.com. Thank you for watching.